I'm going to do another ridiculous video on the affordability crisis. Just watched a bit on the news, mostly about a lady getting killed by ICE. Apparently, she was protesting, got in the way. Yeah. But affordability crisis. I did this video before, so it's going to be the same thing. So just people, the news was doing it. This Tony, what's his name? It's kind of neat. Put out a thing saying, "I'm going to do better for media. I'm going to try and do better, both sides or neutral, whatever." And this actually reported pretty good in the beginning. People saying, "Yeah, there's the American dream. We can go to college. That's expensive. Now, college and healthcare is another issue as far as cost, but it's still about choices." It's like, the American dream was what it was before. I'm like, so I grew up in the American dream? I guess so. I didn't remember. I remember being happy and not whining, but, we lived in a single story house and no air conditioning. Was told to close the doors, turn off the lights, all this stuff. We didn't have streaming services. We didn't have fancy electronics. We didn't have exotic coffees to get. We brewed or stirred our coffee, Folgers Crystals. So we rode bikes, we played basketball, we searched for quarters everywhere, or took cans in, or what have you, to go play video games at the local truck stop. We didn't have gaming services. We didn't have our fancy coffees, a 2-story house, a car that doesn't break down at least once a year, and looks like crap, I guess, but I'm like, okay. We didn't go out to eat much. We lived off cornflakes. I remember cornflakes and tuna noodle casserole and goulash. Goulash was another thing. Pasta's cheap. We grew our own stuff. Not everybody can do that. We didn't grow a lot. I mean, we ate canned stuff. Nobody likes canned stuff anymore. We still do it, but it cracks me up. We have fruit trees. We're in Michigan here, so of course we have winter and stuff. But yeah, vacations. Yeah, I think our first main vacation was in 6th grade. It was great. And we drove to Florida. We drove wherever we wanted to go, and we stayed in the Knights Motel, Knights Inn. Single story crap, cheapest thing. People don't do that now. They're like, affordability crisis. It's still choices. Our daughters, the two, chose to go far away, and oldest one and I aren't on the best of terms, so it hurts me, and I'm kind of the bully, but I said, how about we stay in state for one thing? How about we go to maybe a smaller school? I know you can still achieve great things by going to these crap schools, I guess they call them, or think of them, I guess. She's done great, better than I thought. We helped, and more opportunities, I guess. But she's been to Europe, 2 or 3 times? At least 2, 3 times. Done a lot of amazing things. She's out there and she's like, the affordability. Well, you could come home. Well, I'm happy out here. Again, it's a choice. And I support it. I just don't want to hear the whining. I know I call it whining and that would upset her. I don't mean that. It's just, no, just accept what you're doing. I think it's great. It's beautiful out there. Portland, Oregon. But it's more expensive. Well, we make more. It's not really matching the cost of living. Would be better here. Of course, I get fight back. This and that. No, it'd still be better here. That's how it is. It's choices, right? California versus Michigan versus down south, And I'm all for people making choices and happy. I make choices. I buy things, but obviously I'm not in debt, It's still choices and stuff, so. Anyway, affordability crisis, well, we caused the issue. And again, there's outliers and stuff. Houses do cost a lot. Of course, interest rates, which will come down this next year, but we know that, right? That's how this works. And college costs, healthcare costs, we got to hit those things better. But yeah, do we live the American dream? Did we live the American dream? Is it still here? Yeah. Whatever American dream you want to define as, high on the hog. Holy crap, the wife too. Yeah, Europe 3 times, Alaska, Mexico, all these trips, California because of families, and we never dreamed of that. So what's the American dream? Living in a house, it could be better. I have cars, I have toys, collectibles, but I made sure I paid my bills. I made sure taking care of the girls, but it's always, oh, more, more, more. Could have done more. Could be living better. The rich, the choices, the food thing. Are you kidding? I mean, I can go. Of course, I'm in the health and fitness, in the medical stuff. So, not everybody's up to par and can make those choices. Things are expensive, but you can adjust. You can adjust. I buy the healthier bacon. I don't eat much bacon, but when I do, I buy the healthier stuff, if you want to call it that. No nitro. It's a little more expensive, but I choose to do that. But I'm not, escaping my other duties. I mean, I can do this now in my 50s. So, and I choose to work more if I'm able to. Not everybody can, but you can't, work another job. Well, I'm not making much. Well, you're still making a little more to pay for that latte or some crap. So let's go ahead and say we didn't have Starbucks growing up. We didn't have gaming. See, I could go over all this stuff, and people can say, "Well, that's just the progression of life, and we should keep up, if not past." I think we push that. I look at my car over there. Wow, do I really need? I mean, it's a 2018. I'm gonna buy a new one. Still, nice car. Really, it's a Toyota for one thing. Like I said, I could break all this stuff down, but American Dream, choices, yes, some things are going to suck. That's never changed, never will change, but I don't remember complaining or being unhappy growing up. I remember Dad saying, close the door, everything costs me. Turn off the lights. Oh yeah, we have LEDs now. And this, you still conserve, right? But no, we want to be comfortable, and I hear this phrase all the time. I hear it from my brother. For a while, I said, man, stop saying that. Well, we deserve this. Well, subjective, right? What do you mean you deserve? You just filed bankruptcy and you work and you go to Alaska too, and you go to all these concerts, and it kind of gets to me. And I don't mind. People have fun. I just don't like hearing poor me's. And this isn't right and stuff, and we should be able to have everything we want. I want the front row of these concerts every month or two, but I shouldn't be paying this much interest or paying this loan on my college for over 20 years. So anyway, cheers. What's your thoughts? Obviously, my views and opinions are mine today and maybe yesterday, but maybe not tomorrow. So I'm doing this more so to look back and say, yeah. And I can see myself in the future going more Democrat and sitting back and saying, you know what? And anyway, we won't go there, but they joke about that. You're Democrat or liberal in the beginning, then you start working family and busting your butt, and then you get to where you're comfortable, hopefully, if you make semi-decent choices or really good and sacrifice like we have. And then you get a little more comfortable, and then you get to the point where, yeah, then you go back to being Democrat and liberal for various reasons. Anyway, kind of an interesting thought there. So cheers.